Hello Arsene, can we start with your team news?
Yes, we have Gabriel back available. He's the only player who is back available, and everybody has recovered from our game on Saturday, so it's nearly the same squad.
How would you sum up the size of the task that faces your team tomorrow?
It is a game that we want to win because it's our next game, and I believe as well we have some ground to make up in Europe because we have not been at our requested level in the first two games. Our focus has been much stronger in the Premier League than it has been in Europe, and we know in this game the focus needs to be exactly the same than in the Premier League.
You want to attack, how do you strike the right balance between attacking and being disciplined?
By being focused on both sides of our game, and we know against Bayern they like to go forward, we like to go forward, so we want to attack well and to defend well.
And Aaron, your thoughts on Bayern, what impresses you most about them?
Yeah, well, they're a great team with many great individuals, but they work hard as well as a team, so it's credit to them. They're there or thereabouts every year, so it's going to be a difficult game, but we're more than capable of getting a result that we're looking for, and if we perform the way that we know we can.
Arsene, hello. You go into this game off the back of 3-0 wins in the Premier League. What kind of effect can that have for you?
Look, we have the needed belief and confidence that we are doing something right, so that helps. But as well, maybe we could be a little bit suspected of not having taken the two first games at the right level of taking not maybe the opponent seriously enough, and this time that's not the threat. So let's take the positives of our Premier League and as well get the right focus that you get when you play a bigger opponent.
Do you feel that perhaps the side are better equipped this time to take on Bayern?
We are. We played great Bayern teams, and certainly at least as good as the one we play tomorrow, and beaten them. The one who made the treble with Ribéry at full power, Robben at full power, and Kroos, Schweinsteiger in midfield and Müller. I believe we played good Bayern sides, and we had good results against them.
Realistically, do you have to win one of these two games?
Yes, of course. That's a realistic statement, and maybe not even realistic enough.
All three teams in the Premier League won easily at the weekend. Do you think that's a sign that perhaps the table's starting to take shape now?
Let's hope. All the English teams have some ground to make up, and I believe that somewhere the concentration in the Premier League needs to be so high that sometimes it takes too much energy out of us, but of English teams. But overall, we want to do well in Europe, and that's an opportunity to do it. All the English teams.
Fox Sports there? Question for you.
Yes, Arsene, do you consider them the best team in the world right now, Bayern?
Yes, of course, because you can consider that the teams who win the Champions League are the best in the world, because most of the time they win after the World Cup of the clubs, most of the time, especially in recent years. So yes, of course.
Do they have any weaknesses? How do you beat them?
There's no team without weaknesses. If you ask me today to come out with them, I would not especially do that, but there's no team without weaknesses, of course.
Yes. Is Ospina playing tomorrow?
Ospina is out injured. He has already been out. He came back from Colombia with a shoulder problem, and he's out.
Arsene, you're the most experienced manager in the Premier League now. What's your assessment of Pep Guardiola and what he's done?
He has done a magnificent job at Barcelona, and now he does very well at Bayern as well. He's a very good manager. And he has a positive philosophy in his game. I like he gets his teams to play, and you respect highly that, because it's not easy. And when it doesn't work, you quickly criticize. So I encourage every manager who has this kind of philosophy.
Carrie Green's managers saying that the team not playing with the same intensity as they have done in the Premier League. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I think so, because the results have gone against us. So, you have to give 100% commitment and concentration in the Champions League. You're up against the best teams in Europe, so there's no room for any slip-up. So, it's important for us to go into the game tomorrow with the same mentality as in the Premier League, and hopefully, we can get the result that we're looking for.
It's becoming a traditional fixture against Bayern Munich. Does that help you in a sense? They're quite a familiar foe now.
Yeah, we've had some really good performances and results against Bayern, so we're looking forward to tomorrow. These are the games that you want to be involved in and playing and test yourself in, so we're looking forward to that.
And coming up against someone like Robert Lewandowski, your defence are going to have to be on their toes, but he's a magnificent player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done really well now for the last few years, and obviously at the beginning of the season as well. He's scored a lot of goals, but we have some quality defenders who are more than capable of taking care of that, and hopefully we can on the night.
Way back there.
Herr Wenger, Mr. Wenger, Sport 1 aus Deutschland. Sie sprechen ja auch ein bisschen Deutsch.
Heute nicht.
Nein, gar nicht.
Ja, kommen Sie.
Ja,
okay.
Ein großes Thema beim FC Bayern ist die mögliche Vertragsverlängerung von Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola is in negotiations with Bayern
Da kann ich Ihnen
Munich.
nicht sagen. Die sind
I cannot really say anything. They know business at Munich.
Nur es ist
So,
ein bisschen Geld kosten.
well, yeah, I mean, it will cost them a bit of money,
Da kann ich keine
but I
Andeutung geben.
cannot really say anything. So, what is it that Pep that makes Pep so good?
Hat hervorragende
Well,
Arbeit
he has
geleistet,
done
überall,
very
wo er
well
gearbeitet
everywhere
hat,
he
und
has
hat seine,
worked,
starke Personalität
and he has a
und auch,
strong
sehr
personality,
positiv eingestellt,
and he's
seine
very
Mannschaft,
positive, and
Fußball spielen zu
yeah, and the
lassen.
way
Deswegen
his
ist es, glaube ich,
teams
wichtig
play
für
is
Bayern.
great,
Bayern
and
ist
that's
die beste
why
Mannschaft in
Bayern
Deutschland,
are the best team
dass
in
sie einen
Germany,
Trainer haben,
and that's
die,
why it's important
natürlich
for them
offensiv
to
Fußball
have a manager who plays offensive football. So Munich are breaking every record in Germany, it seems. Do you think it is the best team in the world, and how
Das
can you
werden
stop
wir
them?
morgen versuchen.
Well, we will try to do that
Im Moment
tomorrow.
haben sie den besten,
Well, at the
Rekord in
moment they
Europa,
indeed
deswegen
have the
sind sie
best
vielleicht,
record in
die
Europe. That's why
überragendste
they
Mannschaft
are
in Europa im
maybe
Moment, ja.
the best team in Europe, yes.
Herr Wenger, Konstanz von Arsenal ist ja beeindruckend in der Liga und in der Champions League über
Well,
Jahre hinweg. Aber was sind für Sie die Gründe, dass es gerade in der Champions League nicht weiter gereicht hat als das Achtelfinale?
What are the
Wir haben
reasons why
vielmals
you've
gegen,
never really
eine super
got
Bayern
too
Mannschaft
far
gespielt oder
in the
gegen
Champions
eine
League?
super
Well, we've
Barcelona
played
Mannschaft gespielt.
quite often against a
Es
great
hat,
Bayern or Barcelona team.
speziell gegen Barcelona
Especially
nicht viel
Barcelona,
gefehlt,
we
aber
could
wir haben
have
ein bisschen
made
besser
it,
über
but
die
they
Jahre.
were just
Und,
slightly better over the years.
Wir haben noch ein Finale
And
verloren,
well, yeah,
Halbfinale
we lost
verloren,
a
wir waren
final, we lost a
nicht
semi-final,
weit weg, aber
but we're
wir
not
haben auch,
too far from
gegen,
reaching
immer
the
gegen
goal.
Mannschaften verloren.
But we always lost against great teams.
Sind Sie näher rangekommen an diese Mannschaft?
Das können wir morgen zeigen. Im Moment
Are you
sind wir
now
ein
closer
bisschen
to
weiter
Bayern?
weg,
Well,
weil wir
I don't know.
stehen
At the
in unserer
moment,
Gruppe
we're
und,
not great in our
einer
group,
Situation sind, wo
and we are in a
natürlich unter Druck
situation where we are under pressure.
Aaron, just what are your memories of the Bayern game for the last few years, and what do you think you need to do differently as a team to get a positive result?
Yeah, we've done really well away from home, and we've always had a sort of a hard task to get back into the second leg, but we've managed to do that. It was about starting the game well and getting the momentum early on and getting the crowd back on our side. So that's what we'll be looking to do to hopefully going on to getting the win that we're looking for.
And Arsene, you hinted on Saturday that Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil might be rested. Is that a consideration for you now?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No.
They're both-
You wouldn't be surprised. You would be surprised if I told you that I will rest them tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I can tell you certainly not, unless I have a very bad sleepless night maybe and got it wrong. But normally they should play tomorrow.
Is it a risk with either of them though, in terms of how many games they play, for instance?
I don't think so, but look, these kind of medical predictions are beyond everybody at the moment. Even the most sophisticated doctors cannot predict what will happen two bodies. But they are used to play, they are in a good condition, they don't complain, they have no specific medical problems, so I don't see why they should be rested.
Arsene, you talked about and Aaron mentioned as well about the mentality of the players going into the previous European games. With this being against Bayern Munich, do you think there's no chance that, maybe you talked about there was the thought of, these games we maybe didn't give the right respect. I mean, you don't have that option now, do you, against Bayern Munich? It's almost like when you play Manchester United, when you play Manchester City.
Yeah, it's the same. We know we play against the top side, and maybe subconsciously, I think we prepared well against Zagreb. We prepared well against Olympiacos, but it's between two Premier League games where we had to give a lot. We wanted Leicester 5-2. 3 days later, we played against Olympiacos. On top of that, things went against us. But today, tomorrow, I think everybody will be highly focused.
Can you do to a side like Bayern what you did to Manchester United?
Look, what we want tomorrow is to win the game. What we want to do, I told you before, is defend well, attack well, score the first goal. That is mainly massively important in big games. And so you can never promise that you will score 3 goals in 20 minutes, because that would be absolutely crazy. What we can do is start in a strong way, and that's what we will try to do.
Okay, last couple of questions now.
Hi, Arsene. I was wondering what your thoughts are on the proposed boycott of the first 5 minutes of the game by fans over ticket pricing.
It is a surprise. I don't mind if I do that for 90 minutes, but I don't know really why. I've heard about the story, but I don't, so I cannot interfere in that.
Okay, and just the last one then.
Aaron, the manager was suggesting earlier that maybe even subconsciously you didn't treat Zagreb and Olympiacos seriously as you would Bayern Munich. Is that fair? And can you give an insight into how your preparation differs for different matches?
Oh, as a professional player, you always go into every game wanting to give your absolute best and go and win the game. Unfortunately, against the last 2 games in the Champions League, we weren't quite there to get the win. But no, our focus is now on Bayern, and we're really looking forward to playing and going out there and expressing ourselves and hopefully getting the win.